The jury unanimously find the defendant, Chike Rick Chow, as to the charge of murder, not guilty.
Not guilty of murder in the shooting death of a 14-year-old. That is what a South Carolina jury concluded after a 5-day trial. It has been 3 years since the shooting of Cyrus Carmack Belton outside Chow's Shell gas station in Columbia, South Carolina. The accused 61-year-old Chike Rick Chow says this all started because he believed the 14-year-old stole bottles of water. Surveillance video shows Belton clearing his pockets in what prosecutors said was him attempting to show that he was not carrying any stolen water. The surveillance video then shows Belton walk out of the gas station with his book bag in hand. Chow and his son Andy run outside and begin chasing after the teen for about 130 yards from the store. Now, there's no video of what happened next. Prosecutors say Chow fatally shot Belton in the back, the defense saying Belton pointed a gun at Chow's son and that Chow reacted in self-defense. During the trial, prosecutors acknowledged Belton had a semi-automatic pistol but said it fell on the ground during the chase and that Belton never threatened anyone with it. South Carolina officials say officers responded to hundreds of calls for help at Chow's store between 2018 and 2023, including calls about assaults, larceny, shoplifting, motor vehicle theft, vandalism, robbery, and burglary.
So yeah, we got to talk about this case between the Asian man Rick Chow and the young man Cyrus, who was killed. And as you heard there, he was found not guilty because it was reported that, you know, the kid pointed a gun at his son, and so he took the kid's life. Well, now you have a rapper by the name of Killer Mike in literal tears because a man defended himself. And I think it's hilarious. So I want to talk about it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This one, prepare yourself, because the lies come fast. Check it out.
I saw a black child, South Carolina, walked out of a store. When confronted, showed I don't have anything. Chased out of that store and shot in the back and killed by a population of people who, since immigrating to this country, have quietly built the number 1 or 2, house incomes through having ownership of stores in our community.
Which goes to show that you can do anything that you want to do in this country. You can start from absolutely nothing and build something, regardless of the color of your skin. Which I'm glad he admitted to that, right? You have people from all different types of races, right? You have Africans. I believe Africans from Nigeria, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's from Nigeria who have come over here to America are one of the top household incomes as well. So the whole, well, black people can't do anything in America because America more racist. Like, no, it's your work ethic. It's your work ethic. You're lazy. You're lazy. And all you do when something doesn't go your way is you make an excuse of more racism. Rather than, oh, well, maybe I didn't do this. Maybe I didn't do this correctly. Maybe I need to change my approach on this, or maybe I need to work harder at rather than doing that, like every other race does, it's more racism, the white supremacy. Democrats, come help me. I know I've been begging y'all for 80 years now, but help us, please. More racism. It's so pathetic, man. But let's continue. My bad, y'all. I just had to say that.
And nothing has changed. That man was let off the case, and it just gets difficult. It gets difficult because, man, we as a people, if the world is not going to treat us differently, it starts to turn into, well, like your therapist would say, what can you control? Just yourself. Where's my accountability in this? It's not enough to just hate the other person anymore. It's not enough to just hate the Asian store and burn them down and boycott them. And I do think all of that. I'm at a point now where I'm just like, enough. We can't fuck with y'all. Y'all don't fuck with us. And it's obvious. And we are put in a position by a bigger master to be taught not to fuck with each other. So you as the model minority always see us as beneath you. And yet you need us because you could never put a store in the master class's neighborhood. And if we won't unite against them,
we won't unite for ourselves.
Yeah, but if we won't unite, I mean the Asians and blacks against the master class, then we can no longer fuck with y'all because it's just not working. It's not working where you can hunt down a child and they let you get away with it.
Bro, I love how these people make up stuff. I love how they make it up. You know? He thought the kid had robbed the store, which turns out he didn't. Okay? That is a fact. The kid did not rob the store. He did not have any merchandise. But he chased the kid out of the store. Right? That's on videotape. The kid walks out. He's walking around the corner. And there's Rick Chow and his son running out right behind him. They chase him about a football field away. The kid points a gun at the son, and so he's shot. Like, you're skipping over that fact. Now, I want to say this, and I want to say this loud and clear, because, of course, you're going to have all types of people calling me all types of names. Oh, you blah, 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 you Uncle T, even though that's the wrong term. It would really be somebody else. It would really be Sambo. But anyway, You C-word, all this other stuff, bootlicker, you know, you get it. Had that not been the circumstance, I would have said bury Rick Chow under the jail, okay? Had he shot an innocent black kid for no gosh darn reason, simply because he thought he robbed the store, of course. Like, no, bury Rick Chow under the jail. Give him the death penalty, because that is ridiculous. But the fact is, that kid pointed a gun at him. If you point a gun at somebody, if they have something on them, and they happen to shoot you, that's your fault. That is your fault. Now, once again, I want to say this again. If there was not a gun pointed at Rick Chow or his son, and Rick Chow just shot him for no gosh darn reason, I would have been all over saying, bury that mother lover under the jail. Okay? I want to make that clear. But that's not the facts of the case. It's just not. And you see this time and time again. You see it with the whole Carmelo Anthony case. People just making up stuff. Oh, Carmelo Anthony got jumped. None of the witnesses said that. There was 20 of them, or I believe about 20 of them. Some of them even black, some of them teachers. Nobody said he got jumped. But you'll have these folks like him, like Killer Mike, saying, oh, well, he got jumped, so he had to defend himself and stab that other kid. Like, no. And then you got in this case, oh, well, he just killed him for no gosh darn reason. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Did he need to chase him? No. But the fact is, he did. And chasing somebody isn't against the law. He pointed a gun at him. And he lost his life, dude, because of it. Why do you have a gun in the first place? He's a kid. Like, that's also something that people are skipping over. Why did he have a gun? Like, what in the world? What are you doing with a gun? You know? But I just wanted to make that clear for the people in the back. All right?
2 times in my lifetime. We should be finding you.
No. I believe in eye for
what
eye,
we
though.
should be doing. Not saying what we're going to do. In my
Meaning the
lifetime,
thought comes up.
I am aware of the Arab struggle and the Palestinian struggle because in my lifetime, I have seen men strap bombs to themselves to say, you will pay this attention. And I'm
And they all died for nothing. Just saying.
telling this country, you're coming to point of crisis with a group of people who, right or wrong, we're here. We're part of the fabric. We have nowhere else to go. But if you're training groups of people,
Right or wrong, we have the right to be here. I'm confused.
to see us as beneath, if we're participating in that stereotype due to circumstance, this is what we know. That young man had a firearm on him, not to resist the oppression of the state, not to use to rob or take from that store owner, because he's in a condition where he knows someone else who looks like him could see him as a predator or prey, and he may have to use it, but he was not.
Bingo. And that is the thing that we always skip over as black people. I'm glad he said it. He said it himself. That kid had that gun, not for a white person, not for the racist white person, not for the racist Asian. He had it for somebody who looked exactly like him. He just said it. He just said it. For somebody who thought that looked like him, that thought he was prey. Now, why don't I see tears for that? Why don't I see any type of emotion for that? I see black people die all the time. And it's not the racist white man coming through the hood, shooting up the parties, doing all types of bullshit. It's black people. Where's the emotion? You only get the tears and the emotion when it's somebody else, when it's a cop or a white person or an Asian that happens to kill a black person. You don't get that for the daily situations and circumstances where you got black people killing black people. You don't get it. Which tells me these mother lovers don't genuinely care. They care about narratives and making some dollars. They don't genuinely care about black life, because if you did, you care about it all the time. Not just when a cop does it or a white person or an Asian person does it. You care about all the situations and circumstances where other black people have done it. He just said it out of his own mouth, and now he's just about to skip right on over it as if it means absolutely nothing. I'm going to run that back.
Arm on him. That young man had a firearm on him, not to resist the oppression of the state, not to use to rob or take from that store owner, because he's in a condition where he knows someone else who looks like him could see him as a predator or prey, and he may have to use it, but he was not trying to use it against that store owner. He was in flee from that store owner, and he was killed by that store owner because that store owner knows I can use an excuse. He scares me. But
So-
your wife followed him through the store. Your son followed him out that store, and you tracked him down like an animal. People can only take so much.
I get so frustrated watching clips like that, man. It's just ridiculous. You know, you'll get the tears, you'll get the emotion. You know, when a cop kills a black person, you'll get the tears, you'll get the emotion when another race does it. But when another black person does it, you get absolute crickets. BLM is nowhere to be found. All of these race hustlers that pop out the woodworks whenever anything happens, you never see them. And I've said this before. Every black person that I know that is buried in a cemetery that died due to gun violence, every single one of them have been killed by somebody else that looked like them. Every single one. People like this are just... You can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. You really can't. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. These people who act like they care about black people and then will call people like me all types of names under the sun. Oh, you just caper for the white men and blah, 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 blah. But they only... Never mind. Never mind. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. If you agree, if you disagree. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.